how to have more adventure in your life. So I got an email from one of my clients saying to me, "Hey Salma, guess what? I'm just really bored. I've lost complete touch with my sense of adventure. Works 5-6 days a week. Friday nights I kick off the shoes, we get onto the comfy couch, I'm in my sweatpants and slippers, and do you know what? My life is just getting duller and duller and duller. What can I do? How do I get back that sense of adventure that I once had?" Now, sometimes we are just too tired to even have any adventure in our lives. So what I'm going to talk about today is how can you borrow some of the techniques of the seeker archetype. The seeker archetype is somebody who has a natural wanderlust for life. Apparently, according to research, some people have a certain gene. That means that they can never commit to staying in one place. Now, I'm not saying we go and try and do this, right? But, how can we bring that adventure back into how we live our lives, right? So what I did was I looked at this wanderlust gene. What is it that these people do that means they are totally going out there and having those adventures that some of us just talk about or dream about? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say goodbye to comfy sweatpants and slippers, and we're going to step into our metaphorical hiking boots and seek an adventure. So one of the things that these people do who have this fantastic way of living and are seeking adventure is that they are very good at engaging with uncertainty. They're the kind of people who, they don't need to have everything fixed in place to go somewhere and do something. They're very open to not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, not what's going to happen next week. So, even if, you don't particularly want to travel anywhere, you can have that mindset, right? You can sit at home and have the mindset of, I'm going to be okay with uncertainty. And the other quality that they have is that they think big. Not just big, but they think bigger, They are often thinking about, I'm not going to stay in this little world I live in, my little square box. I want to think bigger. What is happening in the bigger, wider world, right? That could be impacting us today. And that sense of adventure comes from knowing that there's a whole world out there. And it could be as simple as, if you always have the same food every night, what about trying a different cuisine? Bring that aspect of adventure into what you're doing. If next time you go on holiday, don't get the package holiday. Do something different, right? Maybe just buy a plane ticket and book one hotel you're going to stay in, hire a car and see where that takes you. Just try out different things. The other quality these people with the wanderlust gene have and the seeker archetype has is that this ability to tolerance adversity, right? So, the ability to deal with that is actually by building this muscle, right? It's getting used to living with the fact that something could go wrong and having that ability to cope with that really well. And finally, if you can imagine those people who go traveling around the world on their own, these people, what they're also very good at is finding people to get on with, right? Companionship, whether that's companionship through getting on with people they meet along the way, or maybe they find a group they go traveling with. You don't have to travel around the world to have that seeker wanderlust in your life too. Here's a few tips for you. So, adversity. How about leaving the house and even walking around the place where you live, but leave your mobile phone at home and don't have a plan for the day? Once in a while, on a Sunday or a Saturday, go out, explore, without a plan and just see what happens, right? Be open to what that could bring. Another tip for you, you know how we get into our routine of always ordering the same thing off the menu or always eating the same food? Well, how about this time trying a new restaurant, or ordering a dish that you would normally never order? Little things, little bite-sized ideas of how you also can sort of start experiencing something different and being open to some aspect of novelty and adventure in your life. If you're a seeker, tell me your top tips of how to include some adventure in your normal life. Share your thoughts and tips in the comments below. So keep my smile. I look so serious. Okay, so today's episode is... Today's episode